People love authenticity. That's what it's all
Mm-hmm.
about now. Not
Mm-hmm.
make believe and not BS and stuff like that. So you give people the real deal and you educate them and you entertain them while you're feeding them. You've got a winner.
To Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Yeah, I think that for the restaurants, I actually enjoy it. I think that if I had to do it all over again, a lot of people come to me, Harry, let's open a restaurant. I'm telling, hold on a minute, because I've been there. It's very exciting, but those numbers that you're projecting, that not gonna even get close to make a restaurant work, at least in United Kingdom. Yeah, United States, I presume that is even more because and it takes time for you to make money back. Do you think that you're gonna make your money back in a year in a restaurant business? I find it very, very almost impossible. But that's my opinion. Of course, people know and they have the contact. But I think, Matthew, if I had to do it all over again, I will start in a different way than I started last time. I will actually build the audience first. Meaning, you see, for example, I have a hobby there in London now. We have a music band and we play salsa, and we were doing parties, and the music band was playing the salsa. And I remember a lot of people were going to see the band to play, right? And if I had to do it again, this is something that I will do. I will build the community first. I will have the people first, and then after I will have the restaurant and already have the client because they will come, which is I miscalculated that because I, to be honest, when I opened this restaurant, I used to have a property business close to Brick Lane, and this business managed to sell over 5 million. However, I have only 177 tenants, and I thought that was enough to feed the restaurant, and it was a huge mistake.
Miscalculation.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
That doesn't even get me closer to fill a restaurant because people need to come more than one time, so the amount of leads. So Matthew, where do you find this community when you open your first restaurant? Where do you find the people? Because nobody knew you. Is your first business. You kind of learning by. So what do you find of this community? Yeah, I get it that you were working a lot with celebrity and famous people, but you were working as a marketing for them. But now, how you bring people to your first restaurant? I would love
Well,
to know how you did that.
I'm not running restaurants currently, but
uh, yeah,
the
before.
the big part of it, Harry, is that you can always get people in the door the first time, but getting them to return is the key. That's the
Absolutely.
secret in the restaurant business. And that's something that all GMs, chefs, and operators who are running places in the hospitality industry are worried about each and every day. How do we get Harry back to our restaurant the second time? And that's
Any
the key.
tips?
That's like,
Any tips?
well, the tips are, make sure you've trained your staff as absolutely perfectly as possible. You want your staff, the people who are making contact with your customers, you want them to know everything, how the food is cooked, where it is sourced from, all of the various different methods of how it might be. And training of the staff is definitely key, maybe even more key than how delicious the food is. So if you've got a good
Hmm.
staffer who knows their stuff,
Absolutely.
then that's a very important aspect. But that's why I'm not running restaurants anymore. That's
Mhm.
a young man's game, and I don't want to be working 80 hours a week either. So that's why I went into journalism and opening up other businesses like my tour business and writing a book and things like that. So once you're in the creative endeavors, you want to consistently put forth more effort to make more businesses happen.
So tell us a little bit more about the tours that you're organizing.
Oh yeah, well, In 2004, I was writing restaurant reviews for the Honolulu Advertiser newspaper, which is the biggest newspaper in Hawaii. But I wanted to do something new and different. So I wanted to start up a food tour company. And I had the best job in the world, or so people thought, was writing restaurant reviews for the newspaper in Hawaii, getting paid to eat. You want to get paid to eat in Hawaii. You're living in paradise.
Oh, my God. Absolutely. That's a dream job for everyone, even for me. I'll take that job.
So I did that, and then I said, you know what? I want to start a business called Hawaii Food Tours, and I want to feed, educate, and entertain guests who are coming to Hawaii. And so in 2004, that's what I did. I left the restaurant reviewing job, and I opened up Hawaii Food Tours, and I got to feed, educate, and entertain people for 16 years up until COVID.
Wow.
And it was a super successful business. I got to meet people from all over the world who were visiting Hawaii for the first time, and I took them away from the touristy areas, and I introduced them to the food, the flavor, the architecture, the culture, the language of Hawaii. So I gave them the real deal, and that's what people really want to have.
Wow, what
when
an
they
experience.
travel. Right?
What an experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you also have local tourists from United States, or they were only international?
People from everywhere, a lot, probably primarily people from North America, but also people from Europe and Asia quite often. So yeah, as long as they were interested in Hawaii and visiting there, we had a good reach. And so people learned about us and wanted to come on it. Because sometimes when you're traveling, you don't want to see the same stuff that all the touristy stuff offers. So you want to really feel what it's really like for the locals. And so that's what we
have an
introduced
experience
to people.
and and by the way, this is an industry that is now growing a lot. Which is the more personalized holidays, what we call it. The people don't want because let's face it, most of the people have jobs, right? And they only have 4 weeks of holiday or 6, so they want to have in this short time frame the best experience ever. Sometimes even money is no an issue. In fact, is the less of the problem. The other day I was hearing some people that they were working in corporate and they went to Spain on holiday, and they were sharing with me that they went there and they went to this place and other place, and they spend a lot of money. And honestly, in my opinion, I know a lot of places in Spain that you can spend way less and have 100 times way better experience. But what I learned about talking with them is that when it comes to holiday, and it's a tailored experience, people are willing to pay a premium big time for it, and not always you need to pick the most expensive things in order to have a great experience. It depends of the particular needs of this tailor group. So tailor group? So Matthew, how you identify the needs? Because I guess that a lot of people were going to Hawaii, but some people want to interact more with the locals, and other people like to go to the sea. Obviously, everybody likes to eat. However, some people like quiet places, and other people like places that there is more music. I like those ones, for example, that they're playing music and it's a lot of fun while we're eating. I'm a big fan of these. That's why I have a music band as a hobby, and things like that where we play. So, how you identify the needs of your clients, and do you have a different solution depending of the type of client that you were working with?
The business had a wonderful reputation, and over time, and you have many, many thousands of reviews, that helps. That helps educate the population as to what is on offer. And so our company became kind of famous, and people wanted to be a part of that. And so when I started it, the business morphed many, many different times over the years. But when people come on it and they enjoy what you're doing, you just continue to try to offer them the best possible local experience.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.